I think it's very difficult for every family. It's change the routine and everything for change everything.
In mid-March 2020, business as usual rapidly and radically shifted across the Fort Bend County and Greater Houston area. The first community spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus was identified. This affected people at all levels. Schools extended spring break, which meant children would miss out on the free school meals they depend on. Businesses had to slow down, and workers lost hours and wages or even lost their source of income completely. Before this crisis, many families in our area were struggling with limited incomes. This stretched them even further. It also resulted in countless more families facing food insecurity, not knowing where their next meal would come from.
Well, we've had practice at doing this with hurricanes and floods since 2016.
As you can see, we're serving neighbors at unprecedented levels. And to do that, we need a lot of food. So just for example, in April of 2020, we've ordered almost 400,000 pounds of food just from the food bank.
As we started watching it, we were talking about it really back in February as we started to see the news come in. We didn't really know what the impact was going to be in Texas. We didn't know what the impact was going to be across the country. But when March rolled around and things started to look serious, that's when we recognized this is going to impact us in multiple ways. And then, of course, we started to see the lines. You know, we went from serving 65 families or so in a given day to seeing that number jump up to 400 or 500, and then as we got deeper and deeper into it, the 1,000 plus on any given service day.
Second Mile has been very good about getting out in front of a lot of the safety precautions in terms of social distancing, real emphasis on hand washing, wearing masks, sterilizing equipment like the carts and some of the areas on a regular and frequent basis, really trying to keep it safe for both the neighbors as well as the volunteers and all the staff as well.
Pues mucho, porque realmente no hemos trabajado y eso afecta pues para nuestras vidas, y también nosotros pues entramos en pánico por la salud.
Second Mile is very helpful to people, and the volunteer, everybody is very nice, helpful. So we have to appreciate everything Second Mile is doing for the neighborhood.
One thing is, you look at Second Mile, they have become, and it's not just at this moment, God's been shaping them for so long, the way they serve in crisis and during Harvey and during these river floods and different things throughout our community. But at this moment, they have the capacity, the collaborative capacity, the gifting to really deliver.
The work didn't just happen at Second Mile. Volunteers were able to package food for trusted community partners to distribute directly in the most under-resourced and high-need neighborhoods. Partners worked in their service areas and focus areas, reaching human trafficking survivors, families who were homeless, families impacted by autism, and seniors who couldn't leave their homes. Throughout the week, 10 to 15 different partner organizations would stop by Second Mile and pick up food to serve where there was great need.
What we wanted to do was really concentrate on ministering and helping the most vulnerable in our community. So we were purposeful and intentional to identify the most vulnerable in our community, and then we started home deliveries for them so that they would maintain their social distancing and wouldn't have to get out into the marketplace.
Quería preguntarle si usted se encuentra ahí para dejársela como en una media hora más o menos.
Right now we are help families with the help delivery basket of food, and we are to the houses and share a package of help.
Ah, ok. Bueno, yo le aviso cuando esté ya cerca. Espere mi llamada y bueno, pues nos vemos allí.
Muchas gracias por la leche, que me ha servido mucho todo. Les agradezco a todos.
And right now there's about a 2-mile line of cars outside. We have a warehouse staff that keeps things flowing, But basically, it's a matter of flowing in from the trucks, bagging everything into the pallets. So we set up an assembly line out there of a fruit, a non-perishable, maybe a snack. We have milk, eggs. That all makes a round. So we have probably 12 grocery carts that make that round. People are filling up their grocery cart as they go around. Then when they get out to the end, we hold up. They stop completely till it's safe. And then we go out, we load those 6 cars, and then we come back. And then you get out to the car and you greet everybody. And you know, usually they're saying thank you. And you know, I can say God bless you.
Have a great day. God bless.
There's little kids are looking out over the top of the seats, you know, they see, what am I getting?
Thank you. You're so welcome. And you're so kind. And who is working here? They're so kind.
You're looking up to the front, you can see their eyes in the mirror, and everybody invariably is in need and grateful for this. So it's really a blessing on both sides.
For one thing, I'd never worked in a warehouse before. So this has been interesting to see how large amounts of food are handled and coming and going, and the harmony of the volunteers working together.
I usually get home, I take a shower, my wife's like, shower. Yeah. There's times we look at a pile of work we have to get done and think, I don't know how we're going to get this done. And somehow God provides. We get all the volunteers we need, it just works.
God's been amazing throughout the history of Second Mile, and this is just another example of it, where we saw people step out in boldness. They continued to make wise decisions, but they also continued to make loving decisions on how they were going to serve. So it was amazing how people stepped up and said, let's work together to get this done. I think that the economic impact of this is going to be a lingering effect. When we think about the needs are going to change from maybe people aren't going to have as much difficulty getting food, but they are going to start to have issues with rent, electric bills, water bills. We're going to be in this for the long haul, and it is going to be a real effort to continue to meet the needs of the neighbors in this community. We're going to continue to need financial support, donations, and volunteers.
And so that's kind of the new coronavirus schedule.